Welcome, welcome. So for class today, you'll just require a block, just a block. Of course, you can grab anything else that you might usually practice with. And we're going to start off on our backs today. We're just going to jump right on in and have a practice designed to ground and steady our bodies. So you can come and lay down. We'll start off in constructive rest position. So the feet will be wide and the knees can drop in towards one another. Bring your hands to rest on your body. Close the eyes and just take a few deep breaths. And as you're on your back, try to sense the breath moving in and out of the body a little deeper with each inhalation and each exhalation. Trying to focus a little bit more on the breath out today. Following the flow of the exhale. And the energy that grounds and stabilizes us from the pelvis all the way down through our legs, all the way down into the earth. You'll stay here as long as it feels good for you, just to be resting and settling. When you're ready to continue on, bring your right knee into your chest and take hold of the shin with your hands and straighten the left leg onto the floor. Try to keep the right knee moving in towards the chest. And just notice any resistance at the front of the hip. And then move your left hand to your left hip and encourage the right knee just to kind of slide out to the right a little bit. At this point, flex your left foot. Yeah. Keep flexing your left foot and try to stabilize the left leg from the foot all the way up to the hip, down into the ground as you go for half happy baby with the right leg. Now, if half happy baby with the right leg doesn't feel safe or accessible, then just stay in that first variation, holding the shin. And regardless of which shape you're in, lift your left leg up an inch or two and just gently spin the left thigh inward towards the midline. Now try to plug the left thigh up into the hip socket and just notice how you square off your pelvis a bit more, stabilizing the bones of the pelvis. Take a couple of breaths here, just like this. And we'll work a lot today in plugging the thigh bones up and trying to neutralize the hips left to right. Another breath, and then we're going to change legs. Right leg goes long onto the floor, left knee comes into the chest, hold the left shin with the hands, and take a few breaths. And just like the first side, you can notice the flexion of the left hip. And that sensation deeper in the hip flexors, the joint area, space, resistance, whatever's coming up for you. Okay. I got my little karma contributor. So you can hold the, the left with the left hand. And oh gosh. All right. Oh gosh, okay. Okay, so right hand to right hip. Oh gosh. And you can stay in Eka Pada Bujasana, holding the left shin with the left hand, or you can go for the half happy baby. Whew. And go ahead and flex the right foot. Mhm. Uh, thanks, Karma, what a delight. And you can lift the right leg up and try to plug the right thigh bone into the hip socket. Square up the hips a little bit more and take a couple of breaths. Uh, if you're lucky enough to have a little karma friend on your chest, you might recognize how when you align the pelvis this way, it's easier to lengthen and stabilize the spine. Uh, all right, that was great. So after the second side, uh, you're gonna go in for full happy baby's pose. So you can bring both legs back into full happy baby. And take a couple breaths here. Cool. So try to get the back of your pelvis to root down onto the floor so that you feel the sacral plate kind of settle. Mhm. And do your best to keep the sacrum kind of flat with the floor. And then inhale, just let the happy baby legs widen a little bit. And then as you exhale, try to squeeze your happy baby legs together. And just do that a couple of times, inhaling, opening the legs a little bit, exhaling, squeezing in, and just notice the range of motion. For many of us, it will be mm, met with a bunch of resistance. Come back to neutral, happy baby. Now lift your tailbone up. Your pelvic plate will come away from the floor. And do the same thing again. Inhale, let the happy baby legs widen, and then exhale, squeeze the happy baby legs together. And try that a few times. Notice the range of motion here. And most likely, you will find that the range of motion is much greater when your tailbone is lifting, moving in towards your pubis. Right, just one or two more times in this happy baby. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and stretch everything long. Hmm. And roll over, tabletop position. We'll go for cat cow. So in your tabletop today, turn your hands out as much as you can or all the way back if possible. Inhaling, exhaling, cat cow. Again, focusing a little more on the exhalation part of the breath. We'll start to move a little bit faster now after that, grounding, steadying. Introduction. Okay. So after you've gone through cat cow a couple of times with your hands turned back, bring your hands to normal. Do cow pose on your inhale, do cat pose on your exhale, and I just want you to hold the breath out for a moment. Feel the engagement of your core. Try to keep your core engaged as you inhale into cow. So only go so far as the abdomen's engaging. Exhale, round. Keep the abdomen engaging, inhaling into, yeah, exactly. Try this a few more times. Exhale, round. Inhaling. And again, exhale, round, tone your core. Keep the tone of the core, gently come to tabletop and downward facing dog pose. Bring your attention to your legs and adjust around in the pose so that you find a lot of shift or stretch or awareness in your lower body. Even if you have to intentionally bring it there, lift and spread your toes, push your thigh bones back, root the heel bones down. Maybe pedal out through the legs. Stabilizing your arms as well, but for today, we'll try to focus more and more and more on our lower body. Like the part of our body that is most frequently our foundation in life. High plank pose. Broaden your collarbones so that you can feel your upper arm muscles turn on. Take a lot of breath between your shoulder blades, a lot of space between your shoulder blades. You're going to go back to down dog split with the right leg. Enjoy the lift, and then go ahead and bring your right knee into your chest for pendulum. And you can just hold pendulum for a moment, rounding your spine, getting your head and your neck involved. Then go back to down dog split with the right leg high, classical down dog. Second side, left leg up, down dog split. Take a moment and just let the body stretch and open. And then pendulum, bring the knee in, round. Inhale back to down dog split. And then classical down dog. Now we're going to alternate on the breath. Inhale, right leg for split. Exhale, pendulum. Inhale, split. Exhale, dog. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, pendulum. Inhale, split. Exhale, dog. Again, right leg. All the air out, pendulum. Split. Dog. Left leg. Pendulum. Split. Dog. Last time, right leg. Pendulum. Split. Dog. Left leg. Pendulum. Split. Dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump front of the mat. Uttanasana, move the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Again. And fold. Wait till the end of the breath. Breathe in, lengthen. Fold all the air out. See how empty you can get. One more time. Nice and long. And fold all the air out. Surya A, inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step back, down dog. Breathe into high plank pose. Steady exhale to the floor. Inhale to cobra or upward facing exhale to dog. And adjust around for lower body stability. Thighs back, heels down, arms steady as well. Look forward as you inhale, step or jump, exhale, front of the mat. Lengthen as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do it again. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, fold to the floor. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Step back, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. And adjust. A couple of breaths. Mhm. So for today, when in doubt, just try to get all the breath out of the body with each exhalation. Next inhale, look forward. Step or jump in front of the mat. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, fold to the floor. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to do one more time through, adding a little spice. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, step, jump, or floated dog. Plum dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale all the way to the ground. Cobra rolls. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, lower down. Breathe in, lift up. Lower down. At the end of the exhale, pause and lift your navel. Inhale, come back up. Do that again. Feel the core getting stronger at the bottom of your breath. Again. Last time, we're going to change it up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down, tone your core, tuck your toes under. Stay here, breathe in. And from your core, exhale, press to high plank. Inhale. Slow press dog. Good, feel your whole body here. Try to balance both hands, left to right, both feet, right, left, and then hands to feet, front to back. Look forward as you inhale. Step or jump, front of the mat, exhale. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair pose. Urikatasana. Arms wherever works for you. Just lengthen your spine down. And try to get as long as you can in your waist. Good. Now, as you exhale, lift one foot away from the floor. It doesn't matter which. And then inhale both feet down. And exhale, lift the second foot up. And inhale both feet down. Just alternate with each exhale. Focus on pressing all the air out and stabilizing your core as you're one-legged. One more time, both sides. And then bring your hands onto your knees. Take a deep breath in. Lion's roar, tongue out. Again, sit a little deeper. Breathe in. Lion's roar. One more time. Lion's roar. Inhale up. Exhale, fold to the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Step, jump, or flow to downward facing dog pose. Right leg for splits, and then bring it forward. Pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. So this is when you might want blocks, hands on the floor or hands on blocks. It's totally up to you. I want you to stabilize both feet and try to pull your right thigh back. Pull your right thigh back and then press more into the left foot. Let yourself settle down and in. Yeah. So seek in this posture grounding, right, actively. And then you're going to try and hold on to that. Bring your hands to your hips, slowly rising up, keeping balance in both feet. Stay as you are, or interlace your hands behind you. Make a note of which thumb is on top, right? Which index finger is on top. Go for a nice shoulder stretch here. Now you're going to keep the shoulder stretch and begin to hug your legs together as you fold forward. And just breathe, slow, steady. Hold, extend the spine, squeeze the thighs, and eventually folding deeper. I just try to notice how you can be present with this for another moment or two. And then whenever you're ready to release, low lunge, high plank, and flow to dog. Left leg split, bring it forward, pyramid pose, second side. Just like the first, try to pull the front thigh back, plugging the thigh bone into the hip socket and rooting down into the back leg foot. We fold down, easing our body into this. And then from the stability of this foundation, hands go to the hips and you come upright. Do the interlace of the hands, but make sure it's the non-dominant, right? So the opposite thumb and index finger are on top. Go for the shoulder stretch upright. Squeeze your legs together and then start to fold forward. Yeah, and continue to play with this as you fold. Look for stability in the hips, look for stability in the shoulders, spine lengthening, bowing down. And then when you're ready to come out, low lunge, high plank, and flow. Downward facing dog pose. Smooth, even, deep breathing. Take another full breath, and then you're going to look forward on your inhale and step or jump in front of the mat. Exhale. Blocks at the front of your mat. Chair pose. Shift weight to the left leg, wrap the right leg around. Arms forward. Wrap the arms around your chest, right arm underneath. So Garudasana, eagle. If it feels safe for you to do the full double wrap on the arms, go for the double wrap of the arms. Keep squeezing the legs together and just lower down, bringing the elbows closer towards the knees. You can just stay here breathing. If you'd like to do a little core work on your inhale, lift your elbows up. On your exhale, elbows go back down, pull the abdomen back. Breathe in, up. Breathe out, lower down. Stay low. Unwind the legs, warrior, 3 legs. Stay here or unwind the arms, any arm variation that you would enjoy. Low lunge. Go ahead and toe heel the left foot off to the left side of your mat. Bring your hands onto blocks or onto the floor in front of you. And just take a few breaths here. Try to pull the left thigh bone back into the hip. Pull the right thigh bone forward into its hip. Stay high or come down onto your forearms, onto blocks, or forearms onto the floor. Yeah. So this might be enough. Back knee can be lifted or lowered. It's up to you. If you feel like going another spicy step further, you can bring your left hand back inside your left leg. Just hold on to the heel, pushing it forward. Maybe trying to maneuver the left shoulder behind and underneath the knee. Mhm. Just a few options. When you're finished, you're just going to make your way out. Go for high plank flow. Back to down dog. And then down dog, we can reset for the second side. So take your time. Whenever you're ready, front of the mat, chair pose. And without rushing, shift to eagle, second side. Left leg on top, left arm underneath. Maybe double wrapping the arms, sitting down into it. Just encouraging the body to work wherever it is. Maybe the crunches, inhaling up, exhaling down, right? Now we stay low and unwind the legs, warrior three legs. Maybe unwind your arms. Right, eagle arms can offer a lot of stability, so you might find that that's really a better way for you to be. Low lunge, and then work to lizard. Toe heel the right foot to the right. Walk your hands out in front of you, like down dog arms, and just push your hands forward, root back into your hips and into your legs. The right toes are turning out as much as you need for the knee and the hip to feel like they're opening safely. Staying up or coming down, forearms onto blocks. Staying there, coming down, forearms onto the floor. Yeah. Remember, the back leg can remain lifted if that feels good and fun for you. Otherwise, keep the left knee down on the floor, staying as you are, or perhaps sliding your right hand back along the inside of the right leg, cupping the heel, trying to shift your right shoulder behind and underneath the right knee. Whenever you're finished, you just make your way out, do a nice steady flow, down dog. Take the legs a little wider than you have been in this down dog. Yeah, and just observe what that offers, the stability of the pose, the hips, and your low back. Look to the front of your mat as you inhale. Step or jump, keep the legs wide. Exhale. Legs as wide as your mat, wide-legged chair. Blocks are still at the front of your mat. Lift and spread your toes. Try to evenly ground down both feet. And from your wide leg chair, you're going to slowly lower down into squat. Now, you can put blocks underneath your hips. If ever this doesn't feel safe on your knees, just forward fold with wide legs is great. Or something else that feels intuitively safe and grounding for you. Go ahead and keep the feet stabilized, especially the inner foot, and squeeze the legs in. Press your arms out into the action of the legs squeezing in, and try to lift your spine inside the pose. Now you can stay just as you are, getting a lot out of this work, using the midline again for deep grounding, opening in the hips, and a lift up through the spine. Some of us are going to slowly rise all the way back up to stand. Arms can go alongside the ears, hips back, weight in the heels, coming upright, arms to the sky. Nice breath. Mhm. And then perhaps lower back down one more time. Nice and slow and steady. Grounding down all the way, right? Really feeling the exhales move down and out through the pelvis, through the legs, into the earth. Noticing whatever clutter you have in your life and just watch it drop out of your consciousness as you exhale. Hmm. Just another moment to breathe as deeply as is comfortable. And come down into a seated position, legs out in front of you, Dandasana. You can spin the flesh of your thighs inward, the hamstrings outward. Just push the inner thighs down, flexing the feet, feeling that lift up through your spine. Dandasana, really wonderful pose. And you can stay just like this as long as it's helpful. Stage 2 is to bring the left leg back and hold the outside of the foot like happy baby. The right hand can hold the left heel. And you can keep the foot flexion, just move the leg around a little bit. It's really sweet. Now, if this feels too tender for you, but you still want to get a hip opening, just cross the ankle over the right knee and bring your hands back behind you. You can think back bend in your upper spine and to root your groins down, both your right and left groins, root them down. So this is a really nice alternative for getting a gentler hip opener. If holding the foot in happy baby feels great, stay there as a stage 1, or place the arch of the foot into the bend of the right elbow and wrap your left arm around, holding the shin. Mhm. Yeah. Ah. So listen closely. You can stay wherever you are in the seated ankle to knee back bend, or if you want to advance this, do the forward fold. If you're upright and you're in the baby cradle and you want to advance this, come back to the happy baby hold and see if you can get the leg to move behind your ribs. And if so, try to wrap the leg up and around the shoulder. Now, this is the same thing that we were attempting in that last low lunge that we did, getting the shoulder behind and underneath the knee. And if it's possible to do this, you can grab your blocks and try the arm balance. As you exhale, press into the blocks, lift your hips. As you exhale, try to lift your right leg. The left leg is securely clamped around the left arm. Whenever anyone is finished, you're just going to come and rest on your forearms. Yeah. So just a quick little arm balance in our grounding practice. As for some of us, it can be really fun, you know? And remember, it's not about doing everything in a yoga class. It's about doing something and just discovering what that something is. Okay. So we'll go over the second side, nice and steady. Come back up, Dandasana is stage 1. And you can stay here the entire time and get a lot out of this work. A lot of healing, A lot of balance. Maybe you bring the leg back and go for the half happy baby, holding the heel with the left hand as well, moving it around, right? Which is lovely. Perhaps in the half happy baby, you realize that you just want something a little more grounding. So cross ankle to knee, hands behind you, do the back bend. If you feel that you want something a little more exciting, then cross the right shin in front of your heart and wrap the arms around the leg and go for the interlace. Yeah. And staying here, breathing and squeezing, we're looking to open the hip. So there are a lot of different options here. Take your time and breathe through it. Yeah. If you're in the figure four and you feel ready to advance, walk your hands forward and fold. If you're in the baby cradle and you feel ready to advance, come back to the half happy baby and try to get the right thigh bone behind the ribs, getting the right shoulder to move behind and underneath the knee, clamping, clamping the right leg down on the right arm, but we have to match that with equal action of pushing the arm into the leg so that we keep the shoulder very safe. Hands can go to blocks. You follow the exhale pattern, lifting your hips. Follow the exhale, lift the left leg. Right? Eka Pada Bujasana. Just playing around. And whenever you want to break, you come back onto your forearms. Now, for those of us that are thinking this is getting really exciting and you want more of those arm balance practices, then just pause and rewind and do the arm balance sequence again. Or rewind so far as you get that standing series that leads us into the lizard lunge. So you can practice deepening the hip opening and safely moving the shoulder behind and underneath the knee, right? So you can recognize how we've been prepping the body for things like this since the beginning of class. You can also just rewind the whole class and do it over. We're going to come back to squat. We're going to play with another arm balance just for fun. So if crow is your best friend, then come into your squat as is. If you're working on crow and you feel like it's a bit of a challenge posture, but you want to master it, put a blanket at the front of your mat so that you can protect your beautiful face and come to squat with your feet on a block. So we're going to do a little squat on our toe mounds. You're going to come down, hands can be at the heart, breathing in here, squeezing the legs in, pressing the arms out, right? And you just take your time in the shape for a few moments. Now, if you're on the block, it really forces focus, right? Because we don't want to topple off of it, which can be really fun and exciting. It also lifts the pelvis, which is going to make this next step a little easier. So hands will go to the floor a little wider than your shoulders. Lift your hips up even higher and squeeze the legs in, just like your malasana squat. So hug your legs in, push your arms out, and just start to rock forward and back, trying to activate the core with your upper back to create a seamless shift away from the block, bringing your feet up towards your buttock. So you're hugging in and lifting up the whole time. Yeah. And so the blanket is there in case you face plant. Yeah. You can come back into your squat, take a couple of moments, breathe, shift, and maybe you want to try again. You also might want to try without the block. So you can ditch the block. You might be ready to try without the blanket. You can ditch the blanket. Malasana stage 1. Hands down, lifting up, shifting forward and back, stage 2. Maybe coming for the full shape, stage 3. Breathing. And if it feels really fun and safe, you can shoot your legs back and float into chaturanga. Back bend, down dog. Couple of breaths here. Easy movement, easy breathing. From here, high plank to the floor, Sphinx pose. We're going to try and open our thighs and our shoulders. One of my favorite postures is coming up. So in your Sphinx, push your forearms down and gently traction the arms back against your mat. Feel the chest come further forward, the ribs, the diaphragm forward, and just breathing deeply. And this is a really nice stage one for us to be in. Now, what we're going to try to do is shift for the thigh stretch and the shoulder opener. So you can pivot your right arm in to a 45-degree angle. Right, so from parallel, the right arm just shifts in. Bend the left leg at the knee, bringing the foot closer to the butt. You're going to windmill the left arm back and hold the inside of the foot. Pause and set your gaze forward. Push the foot back into the hand and vice versa. Go ahead and lift your spine. Try and turn the left ribs more forward, but keep the left shoulder back, left collarbone wide. You breathe here. Maybe pivoting on the heel of your hand, so on like the thumb mound, spin the fingers forward, wrapping them around your toes and pushing down into the foot to close the knee joint, getting even more of a lift up through your chest. Breathing. Yeah. Ease yourself out of this. We'll change sides. So from Sphinx, pivot your left forearm in, bring your right leg to bend, windmill the right arm back, hold the inside of the foot, stage one, push back and vice versa, press in, balance your hips, and bring the right rib forward, or pivot on the thumb, knuckle, and spin in, fingers wrap around the toes, closing the knee joint, bringing the foot closer to the buttock. Slowly unwind from this. You're going to do cobra or upward facing dog pose now. Whatever back bend feels really, really, really nice. And then from here, high plank pose. Take just a few breaths in high plank. Reset your core. And back to down dog. Breathe all the way down into the feet. Good. Inhale, high plank. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Traction your elbows back and down. Pull the chest forward. Take a big breath in. Lion's breath. Do that again. Lion's breath. One more. Lion's breath. High plank to down dog. There it is. From down dog, stepping or jumping to a seated position. Coming back to Dandasana. So you're going to take your legs out in front of you, flex your feet. Clear the flesh from your sitting bones. Push down into your thighs, lift your spine up. Breathing here. So stay as you are, or stage two, bring the left ankle back, placing it across the right knee. So the figure four. Stage two. Stage three is to shift the left leg all the way over so both of your knees stack. Right. So you can either make figure four, or you can do leg straight, stage one, figure four, stage two, or legs stack, knees stack, stage three. I'm gonna go ahead and fold, fold down. Yeah. Try to slow the breath down for a few more moments. Deep inhalations and exhalations. So we're getting a nice hamstring, calf stretch for the straight leg, a nice outer hip stretch for the bent leg. Or if both legs are straight, then a really beautiful classical forward fold. And ease yourself upright, changing sides. Dandasana stage one. Eka Pada Stambhasana, ankle to knee stage two. Or Eka Pada Gomukhasana, stacking the knees stage three. Folding down as you're ready. Ease yourself back upright. Both legs out in front of you. Bend the left leg back. Wrap the right arm around the shin or the knee. Go for a twist. You can stay just as you are. Maybe shift the elbow to the outside of the knee, going a little deeper. Some people might like to bind. By all means, go for a bind. And just set your gaze wherever feels best for your neck. Trying not to stress the neck out by forcing a twist. Changing sides in the twist. Left leg straight, right leg goes back, wrap the arm around. Keeping the focus on the exhale, just gentle reminders every now and again. You're going to come back through center. Take a block, place it between your shins. Squeezing the legs into the block, arms up to the sky. Hug in, push down, but lift your spine up. And then from here, you're going to fold forward. Paschimottanasana with the block between the legs. Adjusting your block so that your head can rest comfortably on it. So it can be any height that works for you. Maybe you're stacking two blocks. Stay in the pose, stay in the shape. Take a big inhale, lengthen your body forward. Just exhale half of the air out, pause. Exhale all the way, pause. And again, a big breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale halfway. Exhale all the way. Like that again, breathe in. Exhale halfway. Exhale all the way. Inhale. Exhale 1/3. Exhale 2/3. Exhale all the breath out. Get empty. Breathe in. 1/3. 2/3. All the air. Breathe in. 1/3. 2/3. All the air. Inhale. And as you exhale, just plop. And just slowly roll upright. And then come onto your back. Happy baby one more time. Compare this to the first one. How the body feels, how things have shifted. Feet down as wide as your mat, flat on the floor, knees bent to the sky. Bring your arms to cactus. You're going to drop the knees over to the right. Keep your left shoulder grounded. Stay here or move the right foot to the outside of the left knee. You can take as much time in this final twist as you would like, allowing both sides to get an ample stretch. Maybe you've already changed sides. Maybe you're lasting longer and longer still. It's our final pose before Shavasana today. You can really just lean into it. And once you've done both sides to your content, you're going to make your way back through center and adjust yourself for your final rest. Get as comfortable as possible. Take a few breaths and just meet the body in its release. Feel the pattern of the breath once more. Acknowledge how grounded and stable you feel in this moment. And when the time is right, begin to lengthen the exhalation once more, giving yourself permission to remain just as you are in this Shavasana shape as long as you have When you want to close class, a comfortable seat and hands to the heart, just acknowledging the nature of this work, how the shapes and the breath have shifted something deep inside of you, how something is stabilized and settled to this quiet comfort. The practice is gently bow. We'll close with a chant of Om, easy breath. Feel free to listen or sing. Om. Deep peace. Om Shanti. Namaste. I thank you all so much. I'm so grateful. Take care.